This NFL Mailbag presented by Manscaped. Guys, 20% off free shipping on the best male grooming products out there. You just got to go to manscaped.com/chat. Mitchell Renz, Harrison Graham, going to be breaking down this NFL Mailbag. First questions coming in from Webb's World 1. The Cowboys, if they lose one more game, need to trade Dak Prescott to the Panthers for their first-round pick and just tank for Trevor.
Panthers? Why the Panthers? That's interesting. Teddy B is actually playing pretty well. Who had Carolina as a better record than Dallas through 4 games?
I mean, if the draft were to happen today, I believe the Cowboys have the number 5 overall pick.
Ooh.
So maybe you don't. Maybe it's not Trevor. Maybe it's Justin Fields.
Maybe. I think Dak's still the guy, but they got major holes on that football team, Mitch.
I think it's going to be really curious to see what the Cowboys do with Dak, because I do think if you trade him, you can get a lot in return, but they've already been able to show that even with Dak, they can't win with him.
Carolina side of things, I'm curious to see how they play the rest of the way. A lot better the past 2 weeks.
Agreed. G-Webb, Texans' new head coach.
Old man Crennel for now. Romeo Crennel's the interim.
73.
We put out we went live early. You can catch our live shows
go.
Monday, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Went live a little bit earlier on Monday because Bill O'Brien got fired. And these are some names that came to mind. This is just off the cuff here. Obviously, I'm sure they will do an extensive search throughout the rest of the season and on into the offseason. But if Eric Bieniemy isn't call number 1, 2, and 3, then you've done this search wrong.
True. Very true. So, G-Webb, appreciate the question. Everyone continue to use hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Big Doggy Dog, Ryan Kerrigan for a 4th and Trey Flowers and a 5th next year from the Seahawks.
That's not even enough. That's not nearly enough, right?
No.
I mean, Kerrigan, you got to get at least a 3rd in there, I would think.
I mean, Kerrigan has been,
really
especially
good.
now with the injury to Chase Young. I mean, if I'm Washington, I can't believe I'm about to say this. If I'm Washington, I'm not going to trade away Ryan Kerrigan because I'm still going to look at my team and say, we're in a bad division. We have a chance to win it.
And look, Ryan Kerrigan has had, 7.5 sacks for like the last 7+ years?
I believe so.
One of the most consistent players in the NFL. I'm not shipping him for a day 3 pick.
Agreed. All right, only subscribe if you're cool. And then once you do that, type cool. I mean, it's pretty simple, I think. So if you guys type cool, I'll give you a shout-out. Only the cool kids pee their pants. Only the cool kids subscribe to Chat Sports. If you're looking for the latest NFL news and rumors, then go ahead and type cool. Kool-Aid. All right, what do you think the 49ers record will be? Appreciate the question from Taser X.
I mean, 2-2. I still think it's a good team.
9-7.
Obviously, we saw they need Jimmy G back. Like, everybody, creating this quarterback controversy. You can relax now.
I mean, we can still have it. Nick Mull and C.J. Beathard.
Yeah, the only
Jimmy
controversy is who's the backup quarterback, and it might be C.J. Beathard. I still think this is a 10-6 football team. They got to get healthy though.
Next question. Get a picture from Devontae Thornton. Ravens trade for Julio Jones.
Yes, the Julio Jones trade rumor. Stay tuned if you're watching live.
I mean, I've seen the rumors out there. Obviously, the Falcons. I anticipate,
I would love to see this. I think it would be awesome.
It's not an easy contract to trade, though.
Not.
But he is one of the best wide receivers. He does get banged up a lot. But if you're Baltimore, if you're the Ravens, you already went up against the Chiefs and you got worked. Maybe you're looking to adding another piece to that offense.
Baltimore needs to ramp up its passing game, especially if they're going to get through the Chiefs. If you look at the 3 matchups with Kansas City, they get behind and they can't catch up because that is a team that plays from in front and bullies you running the football. But the Chiefs, they don't let you do that. Look at the matchups: 14-1 against all our other opponents. Lamar Jackson, the regular season, 0-1, 0-3 against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Not great.
Not great. Sullivan Fish, Zach Ertz to the Texans for a 3rd and a 6th. If Bob was still there, it would have been a 1st and 3rd, by the way.
2 firsts, maybe.
Right, so Zach Ertz to the Texans for a 3rd and a 6th. I mean, I actually don't think it's that bad value whatsoever for Zach Ertz, who right now we've been talking about Ertz, and he has been wanting an extension for a while, and
under contract through next year, but he wants to get a new deal after
Dallas
George
Goddard.
Kittle
I might even make the argument. Dallas Goddard, when fully healthy, might be better than Zach Ertz.
I'm not ready to go there, but Goddard's really good.
It's close. He's close.
Really good. Yeah, there's no doubt.
So Sullivan Fish, appreciate you and appreciate everyone watching right now. We also appreciate Manscaped for sponsoring today's show. Everyone go to manscaped.com/chat. where you can save 20% off and get free shipping on the best male grooming tools out there. Our favorite product is the Lawnmower 3.0. It is rechargeable. Now, I'm not a married man, but I know Harrison is, and the wife, she likes it.
She does, man. Look, I'll be honest. Before, a couple of months back, she was like, I don't know what's going on down there. I was like, all right, let me get the Manscaped kit out. I'm ready to rock. Manscaped.com/chat. Pulled out the Lawnmower 3.0. 15 minutes later, we were ready to rock. You can be too.
That's the only thing you
go to that link. It's in the comments. It's in the description. 20% off plus free shipping. Plus, by the way, fill in the blank for us. George W.
Fill in the blank.
I teed you up for that one, Mitch. You
George W., you guys fill in the blank here. What would you fill it in with? You know what I'm talking about. George W. And if you don't want, well, you're going to fill in the blank there, you got to go to manscaped.com. 20% off and free shipping. Who knows what we're talking about here?
You want a fun fact?
There we go. A lot of bushes in the comments.
You know what? You want a fun fact? My dad is George W. Graham. So maybe they're not filling it with what you think they are.
That's really funny. Get rid of your bush. Go to Manscaped. Or you can rep your gram. I don't know where my joke is with that. Let's go to Hive here. What do you think about the Cowboys signing Snacks Harrison as a run stopper, Eric Reed as a coverage linebacker, Earl Thomas for the secondary, and trade for a cornerback to help the defense?
Producer Brett is just allowing 6 questions at once here.
Yes.
We go through all. Yes, that's the answer. Yes, Hive.
I mean, I think Snacks Harrison would be a good run stopper, which obviously I think the Cowboys needed some.
And then FET.
Eric Reed, why not just put him at strong safety, personally? I get that he could be a coverage linebacker. And then Earl Thomas, I mean, the only way that we're normally allowed to talk about Earl Thomas with the Cowboys is a super chat. So actually, you're kind of lucky here. Speaking of the Cowboys, who's going to end up winning the NFC least? Type C for the Cowboys, type W for Washington, E for the Eagles, or you can type your G for the New York Giants.
No mistake on this graphic because it is the worst division in absolute sports.
Absolute sports.
Absolute sports. Hey, reverse order, the NFC least champs might be who the worst team is.
True.
Is that Washington or the Giants?
I mean,
Who's
actually,
worse?
if maybe whoever wins this division is actually the winner, because then you probably get the number 1 overall pick.
Ooh, I like it.
Maybe then you get a quarterback. Who knows? Let us know who the NFC least champs are going to be. Shanav M. Should the Broncos tank for Trevor and trade Drew Lock to the Steelers? Also, give Sam a raise.
Who's Sam? Who are the Broncos?
I mean, we used to have Sam. He's no longer here anymore.
Broncos are Sam's favorite team, of course. Shanav has figured that out pretty quickly.
So, I mean, obviously John Elway has done everything in his power to surround Drew Lock with a lot of talent. They do have a lot of talent, and if they do have the number 1 overall pick, you'd at least have to throw out the idea, I'll take Trevor Lawrence over Drew Lock every day of the week.
I think you have to take him at that point. Then you trade Drew Lock, kind of Josh Rosen style from a couple of years ago. Maybe you get a 3rd-round pick for him. But I want to see Lock play more. The problem is he can't stay healthy, and that's a red flag.
New drip season. What do you think about Shaquem Griffin starting on the Seahawks? Well, I do know one thing. That you should check out our Seahawks channel. Go to youtube.com/SeahawksTV. It's the fastest growing Seahawks channel on YouTube. All right, Harrison. What do you think about Shaquem Griffin starting for the Seattle Seahawks?
We got Tom behind the scenes, too, if he wants to weigh in. They should try everything because that defense has problems. I would mix and match anybody you've got in your back 7 there. But starting...
Still a little bit of a stretch.
That might be a stretch. They got to figure something out, though, because especially while Jamal Adams is hurt, that defense just continues to struggle. They got lucky. They forced a bunch of field goals against Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this name. So should the Patriots trade for A.J. Green? It would be intriguing to see them go out and get a potential wide receiver. A.J. Green has not been playing well this season and has really not played well with Joe Burrow.
They have not meshed at all.
I mean, not even a little bit.
No. He's meshed really well with Joe Mixon, throwing to him out of the backfield, and Tyler Boyd, and quite frankly, their tight ends.
I do think, though, the Patriots are definitely a team that you should keep in mind during the NFL trade deadline, which is on November 3rd. We're going to probably be live for the NFL trade deadline, so make sure you guys subscribe for that. But the Patriots are definitely going to be buyers, and they should be because they've been able to win football games, and they don't really have any big-name players whatsoever around Cam Newton.
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick, baby. Ghostly Chino, what is the latest on an A-Rob extension? You want to talk about this?
I talked about this today on our Bears channel, youtube.com/BearsNow, if you want to go subscribe over there and check that out. The latest is that there's really nothing new. That they resumed talks. I can confirm that. They resumed talks after he pulled the social media stunt where he deleted all of his Bears-related stuff. Both sides did resume talks at that point. But as of now, nothing new and nothing close to a contract extension. So, quite frankly, at this point, I'm not super confident that these two get a deal done before the end of this season, and that is a bad thing if you are the Chicago Bears.
Make sure, again, go subscribe to the Bears channel, youtube.com/Bears. Now, if you have any Bears questions whatsoever, make sure you hit up Harrison on Twitter. Yep. He's at HGrahamNFL. James M. is Gruden, oh boy, activating all of the Las Vegas Raiders running backs to get the league interest in a trade for a S.
Safety, I guess?
Safety, okay. Do I think that the Raiders definitely need a safety? Yes, you got to move on from Eric Harris as quickly as humanly possible.
So
Jalen Richard, though, apparently he banged up his ankle as one of the reasons why they promoted Theo Riddick this past week. But you have Josh Jacobs. The issue is, are there really NFL teams overly interested in Devontae Booker or for Theo Riddick?
No. Maybe you could get like a sixth for Richard, but I think he's a core player in that offense.
If you want a safety, there are safeties out there in the free agent market much better than Eric Harris.
No
I'm
doubt.
calling Earl Thomas. I'm calling Eric Reed. I'm going to call Clinton Dix. If you really want to improve your secondary, why not just pick up the phone, call Prince Amukamara, bring him back since Damon Arnett's out. And I'm even going to throw out this name, Eric Weddle. The reason why I'm going to throw out the name Eric Weddle, there's been some talks around him. The Raiders brought back Kyle Emanuel, a Rams player, out of retirement. You'd have to do the exact same thing with Weddle. You went out and signed LaMarcus Joyner. You went out and brought also in Corey Littleton. A lot of Rams players there. So, hey, why not just go out and do something like that? Tang Yang, Justin Jefferson, or CeeDee Lamb. My pick is Justin because Lamb has had more playing time and snaps and as a quarterback who is throwing 9 billion yards a game but has less receiving yards than JJ. So basically, out of these two players, who do you think would be more likely to win, I guess, Offensive Rookie of the Year?
Well, first of all, thanks for the super chat. I think Lamb's been more consistent, but the past 2 weeks, Jefferson's been really good. He had a nice catch against the Texans on Sunday.
I mean, Joe Burrow's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's going to be Burrow. I think Edwards-Helaire has a distant shot, but it's going to be Burrow.
Maybe Justin Herbert. I mean,
if Herbert keeps playing and the Chargers make some noise, maybe.
Maybe. But out of those two receivers, I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb because at the end of the day, Offensive Rookie of the Year goes down to stats.
He's going to get more numbers.
CeeDee Lamb is going to put up more numbers. All right, Tom Downey's actual account. What do we got? If Dallas had 13 defensive personnel on the field, think that they could hold anyone under
If they
30.
played 13 on 11, maybe they'd hold teams under 38 points per game. Honestly, no joke. I think if they had 12 consistently, they'd still be a league average defense at best. I think it's that bad. They can't cover.
They've allowed 146 points for a reason.
Daryl Worley is lining up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage inside the 5-yard line.
He's got a great neck beard, though.
That's great.
Great neck beard.
Great.